All right, everybody, welcome to A Common Voice, YEG. Today we're here with Jeff Magnuson, the lead guitarist for Silence the Machine. So Jeff, do you want to tell us how Silence the Machine got started?
Well, Silence the Machine was kind of a reincarnate of a band called Hollow's Anatomy, which was Steve, Layla, and Mike, which they're all is still in the band, obviously. They finished with that band and then kind of decided that they weren't finished writing music but needed a new dynamic. So I actually hadn't been playing guitar for all that long, and Steve, I knew him through my now wife, through her and her girlfriend from nursing. So we kind of met randomly, and he invited me out for a jam one day, and we had fun. Then he invited me out for another one, and Mike was there, and we ended up writing 2 songs in our first jam, and the rest was history. Then we recruited Joe, and that was it.
Outside of your bandmates, who are some local musicians that you look up to or are interested in?
Well, I don't know, we have friends, which are kind of more like people we like to play with. Die Upon a Day, they got a new album coming out right away, which is going to be awesome. So we're playing a show with them on the 22nd. So they're awesome guys. Bury Me Jack, the young guys, just killer. They're just awesome musicians, pumping out really good music. So they're another great band. And then you got some of the other bands that have been around for a while, like All Else Fails. They've been on charts and done tours out, and they just did one in India. They're really great guys too. There's a bunch of really good bands at Edmonton, but I can't say one band I specifically look up to because we don't really sound like any other band locally. So, yeah.
You say you don't sound like any other band locally. What distinguishes you from the rest?
Well, we're, because of the female vocalist mostly, and she doesn't scream, she just sings, right? So having the dynamic of more of a pop sound in our lead singer, or lead vocalist, combined with us guys doing our Cookie Monster scream vocals in the background and big heavy guitars I haven't heard any other band that in town that really sounds like us. So it's a gift and a curse, I guess.
So what does it take to compete in Edmonton, music-wise?
You just got to have a good draw. You got to sell tickets. You got to put the work in and play good live shows, lots of energy. We've evolved as a band from our first shows where we thought we had lots of energy, and then we see ourselves on stage through video footage, and it's just laughable. But you grow, and so we've been growing in the last year or so. Our live performance has become pretty fun, and selling tickets though for the promoters. If you want to get booked, you want to get shows. If you sell tickets and you put in the work, that's how you get.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, that's how you get gigs.
So you guys are doing really well for yourself, but obviously you want to go higher. What are some aspirations that Silence the Machine has?
Well, what we really want to do, I know something that's on my bucket list before we kind of write this thing off, is I want to do festivals. I want to play festival. What was like Loud as Hell is a really good Shredmonton, or what was Boonstock was out west there. I know they're not doing that anymore, but stuff like that, right? Festivals look like so much fun to play, and so that's kind of something. As well as last year we played at the Starlight Room for a sold-out show, 750 plus people. It was huge, and so I'd love to play another show to at least that capacity again. That was unreal.
Do you have a plan to get there?
Well, we're just gonna keep releasing music and keep doing our thing that we have been, try and keep our momentum going. We just recently signed with YEG Music, which is a management company that allows you to book shows and get discounts on music videos and recordings and stuff like that, so without taking rights to your music, which is great. So we'll see where that takes us, and but yeah.
You're talking about releasing music. Can you tell me about the album you have coming out?
So the album, it's been a long time in the works. It's called Reinvention. It's the title of the album. It's going to be an extended production, so it's only going to be 5 songs. It's not going to be a full-length album. But that's kind of how we like to do things anyway. So we've recorded almost all of them. We only have 1 left to do. But we kind of reinvented our sound a little bit in the amount of difficulty in technique and the way that we write our songs. We've made them a little more complex than our previous album, which was very cut and dry. And yeah, so it's awesome. We have a few songs. We have 2 songs on iTunes already.
Okay.
Leveled and Lost. Those are our newest ones, and yeah, so that's it.
You recently played the Mercury Room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
It was amazing. Like I was saying before, it was sold out crowd. We played with a really great lineup, and we were main supporting act for a band that's been around for a long time, and it was huge. It was just packed and sweaty and hot and full of energy, and you know, crowd is just feeding off us and we're feeding off the crowd, and it's just, yeah, it was awesome. It was so much fun. Yeah, so it was good.
All right, that's good. This question's a little bit different. I think people can get like a sense of who you are on stage, but what do you like to do behind the scenes? What do you like off stage?
Well, on stage, I'm a total camera whore. Like, I love the attention on stage. I just, every time I'm out there, I just, you know, it might be our last gig. You never know what's going to happen. So I just make sure to go out there and have the most fun I could possibly have. And so that's kind of on stage. But off stage, I don't know. My wife and I kind of stick to ourselves for the most part. We don't really go out and party too much. I'm a competitive physique fitness competitor, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. So, and I got a show coming up at the end of June for provincials. So I'm competing in that. So like, that's kind of where a lot of my focus goes, is just my wife and I work out and hang out and do our own thing. And yeah.
All right, that's good. Thank you for listening, Common Voice YEG. This is Jeff Magnuson of Silence the Machine. Have a great day, everybody.